Save me, O Alkim, for waters have come up to my neck. I have sunk in deep mud, and there is no place to stand. I have come into the deep waters, and the floods overflow me. I am worn out from my crying, my throat is dry, my eyes grow dim, and as I wait for my Alkim, those who hate me without a cause are more than the hairs of my head. They are mighty, who would destroy me? My lying enemies, what I did not steal, I restored. O Alkim, you yourself know my foolishness, and my guilt has not been hidden from you. Let not those who wait for you, O Master Yahweh of hosts, be ashamed because of me. Let not those who seek you be humbled because of me. O Alkim of Israel, because I have borne reproach for your sake. Shame has covered my face. I have become a stranger to my brothers, and a foreigner to my mother's children, because Ador for your house has eaten me up, and the reproaches of those who reproach you have fallen on me. And I weep in my being with fasting, and it became my reproach. And when I put on my sackcloth, I became a proverb to them. They who sit in the gate talk about me, and I am the song of drunkards. But as for me, my prayers are to you, O Yahweh, at an acceptable time, O Alkim, in the greatness of your loving commitment. Answer me in the truth of your deliverance. Rescue me out of the mire, and let me not sink. Let me be rescued from those who hate me, and out of the deep waters. Let not a flood of waters overflow me, nor let the deep swallow me up, nor let the pit shut its mouth on me. Answer me, O Yahweh, for your loving commitment is good. According to the greatness of your compassion, turn to me. Do not conceal your face from your servant, for I am in distress. Answer me speedily. Draw near to my being. Redeem it. Ransom me because of my enemies, and you yourself know my reproach, and my shame, and my confusion. My adversaries are all before you. Reproach has broken my heart, and I am sick. I looked for sympathy, but there was none, and for comforters, but I found none. They gave me gall for my food, and for my thirst they gave me vinegar to drink. Let their table before them become a snare, and a trap to those of ease. Let their eyes be darkened, so as not to see, and make their loins shake continually. Pour out your wrath upon them, and let your burning displeasure overtake them. Let their encampments be deserted. Let no one dwell in their tents, for they persecute him whom you have stricken, and talk about the pain of those you have wounded, and crookednesses to their crookedness, and let them not enter into your righteousness. Let them be blotted out of the book of the living, and not be written with the righteous. But I am poor and in pain. Let your deliverance, O Alkim, set me up on high. I praise the name of Alkim with a song. I make him great with thanksgiving. And this pleases Yahweh more than an ox, a bull with horns and hooves. The humble shall see, and they rejoice. You who seek Alkim, and your hearts live. For Yahweh hears the poor, and he shall not despise his captives. Let the heavens and the earth praise him, the seas and all that moves in them. For Alkim shall save Zion, and build the cities of Yehuda, Judah, and they shall dwell there and possess it, and the seed of his servants inherit it, and those who love his name dwell in it. Tehillim 69, Psalm 69. all of you who are hurting, all of you who have been shoved off to the side, stricken, spit upon, reproached, lied about, gossiped, all of you who have false accusations against you, all of you who go through every single day and it doesn't stop and you just keep going and rising and striving for your crown. All of you who keep loving even your enemies, even trying to deliver them from the pit, your very enemies, all while you're getting laughed at and mocked at, made fun of, eye rolls, cursed at, shoved, pushed, spit on, hearts tearing hearts apart. All of you who wake up every day to do it all over again because you love Yahusha. Don't give up. Keep striving. It's painful, especially when you're alone. Remember, 5 against 2, 3 against 2, 5 in a household, 3 against 2, 2 against 3. Remember that. He came with a sword to divide, and there will be division. There will be his, and then there'll be those who aren't his. And there will always be fights. There will always be dissensions. There will always be distractions. There will always be people ripping apart people until the kingdom. The body of Mashiach, Messiah, you may know him as Christ. We're supposed to be one. As he and the Father are one, so are we with him and the Father. One. And so how can we say that we're one with the Father and him when we're taking the very brethren that's like-minded and ripping them apart or leaving them in the dust because they're in a valley and you can't take it? There's a bunny over here, I think. Nope, it's a chipmunk. Our Messiah told us to love one another, to have long suffering and patient endurance with one another, to be there for one another, to not, it's like a race. But you're going to go back and you're going to pick up your friend, your brother or your sister that fell. You're not going to leave him there. We're all in the same race trying to get our crown. And if can you imagine if Yahusha was like, nope, leave that one, leave it. Leave you? Can you imagine? What? He didn't leave you though. He gave it all up for you to enter in. On that note, Yohanan 3, John 3. And there was a man of the Pharisees, Nicodemus, you may know him, was his name, a ruler of the Yahudim. This one came to Yahusha by night and said to him, Rabbi, we know that you are a teacher, come from Elohim, for no one is able to do these signs that you do if Elohim is not with him. Yahusha answered and said to him, Truly, truly, I say to you, unless one is born from above, he is unable to see the reign of Elohim. Nicodemus said, How is a man able to be born when he is old? Is he able to enter into his mother's womb a second time and be born? Yahusha answered, Truly, truly, I say to you, unless one is born of water and of spirit, he is unable to enter into the reign of Elohim. That which has been born of flesh is flesh, and that which has been born of spirit is spirit. Do not marvel that I said this to you. You have to be born from above. The wind blows where it wishes, and you hear the sound of it, but do not know where it comes and where it goes. So is everyone who has been born of the Spirit. Nicodemus answered and said to him, How is it possible for this to take place? Yahusha answered and said to him, Are you a teacher of Israel, and you do not know this? Truly, truly, I say to you, we speak what we know and witness what we have seen, and you do not receive our witness. If you do not believe when I spoke to you about earthly matters, how are you going to believe when I speak to you about heavenly matters? See how there's a difference. And no one has gone up into the heaven except he who has come down from the heaven, the Son of Man. And as Moshe lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so the Son of Man has to be lifted up, so that whoever is believing in him should not perish but possess everlasting life. But they must be born from above. There must be a change in that person. And those who are born from above are completely hated by the world. For Elohim so loved the world that he gave his only brought forth Son, so that everyone who believes in him should not perish, but possess everlasting life. For Elohim did not send his Son into the world to judge the world, but that the world through him might be saved. He who believes in him is not judged, but he who does not believe is judged already, because he has not believed in the name of the only brought forth Son of Elohim. And this is the judgment, that the light has come into the world, and men loved darkness rather than that light, for their works were wicked. For everyone who is practicing evil matters hates the light, and does not come to the light, lest his works should be exposed. But the one doing the truth comes to the light, so that his works are clearly seen, that they have been wrought in Elohim. And after this, Yahusha and his taught ones came into the land of Judah, and he remained there with them, and was immersing. And Yohanan, Jonathan, or John the Baptist, as you may know him, he is not a Baptist, was also immersing in Ain near Salim, because there was plenty of water there. And they were coming and were being immersed, and Yohanan had not yet been put into prison. Then a dispute arose between some of Yohanan's taught ones and the Yahudim about cleansing. And they came to Yohanan and said to him, Rabbi, he who was with you beyond the Jordan, to whom you have witnessed, see, he is immersing, and all are coming to him. Yohanan answered and said, No man is able to receive any matter unless it is given to him from the heaven. You yourself are witnesses for me that I said, I am not the Messiah, but I am sent to be ahead of him. He that has the bride is the bridegroom, but the friend of the bridegroom who stands and hears him rejoices greatly because of the voice of the bridegroom. So this joy of mine is complete. It is right for him to increase, but me to decrease. He who comes from above is over all, and he who is from the earth is of the earth and speaks of the earth. He who comes from the heaven is over all. And what he has seen and heard, that he is witnesses, and no one receives his witness. He who receives his witness has his seal that Elohim is true. He who receives his witness has set his seal that Elohim is true. For he whom Elohim has sent speaks the word of Elohim, for Elohim does not give the Spirit by measure. The Father loves the Son, and has given all into his hand. And he who believes in the Son possesses everlasting life, but he who does not obey the Son shall not see life, but the wrath of Elohim remains on him. Mishpacha, my beautiful family, love one another as our Messiah loved us. This walk is very heavy. Don't make it heavier for those who are truly alone in this walk. We're not alone because we have the Mashiach. Hallelujah for that. That's why his yoke is not heavy and is not a burdensome, because he's with us during this wilderness walk. We're all in our wilderness. I love you. You are not alone. And those of you who are ill, for those of you who are having a hard time and can't hear him, I'm praying for you. He loves you. Shut it all off. Shut the TV off. Shut the radio off. Shut it all off. Take a day from work, which is our Sabbath, but maybe you need to take an extra day. I don't know. A mental day. And just be in Father's presence. This world is so heavy. I know the scriptures say to work 6 days and rest on the seventh. So take that to Father. If he says it's okay to take a mental day, then it's okay to take a mental day. Sometimes we need to. This life is really, really heavy. Don't beat yourself up so much. Condemnation is not from the Father. Conviction is, but not condemnation. He doesn't condemn his people. He convicts them. You are loved. I love you. You're not alone. You're never alone. Reach out. I gotta get in the house. Y'all are loved. Shalom, shalom.